Well, hey everybody, I'm John Retland, and these are my predictions for New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom 14 two-night event in the Tokyo Dome. An event that is either going to make a lot of people really fucking mad with the double champion winner, or it's going to make a lot of people really happy with the double champion winner. I'll get to that here in just a little bit. Also want to make mention, I do apologize in advance for getting any of these names wrong. I tend to do that because even though I love Japanese wrestling, I'm still not that good with some of these names. And I'm not ready for Jushin Thunder Liger to retire because it's going to be happening in a retirement ceremony on New Year's Dash. I'm not ready. I'm happy for him. He more than deserves it. But oh boy, am I going to be a freaking wreck when his final match happens on January 5th. And also, I'm guessing somebody's going to, jump in during the ceremony. He's going to put over one more person, not in a match, but it's just going to be a way for him to put over one more young person because that's what he's been all about this year. He's been putting over people the right way. And God, Liger, Muda, you want to talk about two pillars of Japanese wrestling, but Liger has revolutionized junior heavyweight wrestling. Oh boy, that's going to be tough. But that is a little bit later. A two-night event, big goddamn deal. New Japan is really going all out with this. I hope they get 40,000 plus every night, or each night in the Tokyo Dome. And we're going to see what happens here. Let's start off with the first match, which is an exhibition match. Bushiroad, New Japan's parent company, did acquire Stardom recently, and it's great. The all women's wrestling promotion that has gained a lot of steam in the past few years in Japan, and even through the talents that they've lost, have done a really good job keeping up the momentum, working with people, bringing in American women or women from New Zealand, bringing in non-Japanese women and having them work, and they put on some great matches. I've only been able to see a little bit of Stardom, and I'm always impressed with the hard work rate. And we get an exhibition match of Arisha, Hoshiki, and Mayu Iwatani, who's worked in Ring of Honor, I believe worked with Kelly Klein a little bit, I think in even G1 Supercard, versus Hana Kimura, who I'm familiar with a little bit, seen a couple of her matches, love her look, and Julia. Sorry if I got those names wrong. I'm picking Hana and Julia to get the victory. And if I pronounce that name wrong, please spell it out for me in the comments how I'm supposed to say it. Again, kind of an idiot. But I think that that's what's going to happen. I'm happy for the women. Hopefully this will be shown on the dark, or, on the pre-show. I don't think it will, though. It's going to be a bit of a work in progress, but hopefully they can be featured in Wrestle Kingdom, Dominion in Osaka, G1 Finals, Power Struggle, that kind of stuff. King of Pro Wrestling Power Struggle. They can be featured at the big events while being their own standalone company. And now we get to Yuya Uemura and Yota Tsuji with Tomoaki Honma and Togi Makabe versus Toa Henare, Carl Fredericks, Clark Connors, Alex Coughlin. I got Togi Makabe's team winning. For this reason, I'd love to see Toa Henare's team get the victory, but I think one of the LA Dojo Young Lions, Clark or Alex, will be taking the pin. Togi is, of course, one member of the Never Openweight Six-Man Champions. If you forgot that those championships existed, don't worry. I think even the commentators did. But I think, because I got one of the other team members not taking a loss necessarily, but being on the losing end before that championship gauntlet happens on night 2. I have Togi's team gain the victory. I think that's what's going to happen. And then we get Satoshi Kojima and Hiroyoshi Tenzan, versus Yuji Nagata and Mamoru Nakanishi. Nakanishi should be retiring soon. He's got great power, but he can't really do all that much anymore. Anytime he leaves his feet, I cringe. Nagata's still got, great ability, even though he has slowed down as anybody would do in their 50s. And you got the leader of Bread Club, Kojima, and you got Tenzan. So you got 4 veterans here. Nagata and Nakanishi, I think, are going to get the victory. Either team that wins is going to be great. There's nothing on the line, by the way. If I get these predictions wrong, oh well. I would say if I get these predictions wrong, I'll grow my hair up. But I'm not going to do that because I'll look ridiculous. I look ridiculous even now. But these predictions are just for fun. Derb is not going to be watching these because even though they're on at a semi-reasonable time, it's not fair for me to make anybody else watch it with me. So I'm just going to be watching this stuff by myself. And I hope all you New Japan fans that like my content will be watching it live as well. Both events and New Year's Dash. Sleep is for the weak when it comes to this weekend. And then we get Jushin Thunder Liger, Tiger Master, Great Sasuke, and Tatsumi Fujinami coming out of retirement, I believe. I don't think Fujinami's wrestled for a bit. Versus Ryusuke Taguchi, Tatsuhito Takaiwa, god damn it, Shinjiro Utani, who I believe wrestled Eddie Guerrero at Starrcade 95, and Naoko Sano. I have Liger's team taking the victory here. Now, Liger could easily lay down and take the, or take the fall here, not lay down, but be willing to take the fall against Taguchi. because Taguchi is one member of the never openweight six-man champions. But I think giving Liger's team a victory here would be the right call, because you could have one of the legends take the pin. Taguchi wouldn't need to take the pin. He wouldn't look bad being on the losing end of a team. Of course, Taguchi could end up hitting Liger. I mean, you could go with that and you keep the champion strong, to provide that they will probably lose the next night. But I got Liger's team winning. I think he gets one more victory. And he won't get the victory tomorrow. Bit of a spoiler, but there we go. And then for the fifth match, Bushi, Shingo, Takagi, Evil, and Sonata versus Minoru Suzuki, Taichi, El Desperado, Zack Sabre Jr. You got Sonata and Zack Sabre Jr. facing off the next night for the British Heavyweight Championship. Bushi had just recently beaten Zack Sabre Jr. During one of the Road to Tokyo Dome shows. So I think LAJ is going to take the victory here. And I think El Desperado is going to take the pin. And I'm not against that, because then you could have Zack Sabre Jr. retain against Sonata, and then you could have Bushi fight him a little bit later. I mean, who the fuck knows what's actually going to happen. But I have LAJ taking the victory, because I think Despy taking the pin would be the right call. Nothing against him. He did just come back from a broken jaw, but I don't think I'd be amiss having that happen, because it'd be odd for Bushi to suddenly take the pin after beating Zack Sabre Jr. so soon. You kind of take away that momentum. And then we get another 8-man team. Another 8-man tag here. A lot of multi-man matches here. We get Hiroki Goto, Toru Yano, Tomohiro Ishii, and Yoshihashi versus Kenta, Bad Luck Fale, Yujiro Takahashi, thankfully recovered from that elbow injury, and Chase Owens. I have Goto's team because it's Hiroki Goto and Kenta facing off the next night for the Never Openweight Championship, and Yujiro's there. So unless they're going to suddenly have Yoshihashi's team or Yoshihashi take the pin, it's going to be Yujiro Takahashi taking the pin, or maybe Chase Owens, who the fuck knows. But you have two fall guys there on that team, and you have one fall guy on the Chaos team. So I have Goto's team getting the victory, and then we'll see what happens the next night. But then we have Gorillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, versus Finn Juice, David Finlay, and Juice Robinson, IWGP Tag Team Championship match. I have the Gorillas of Destiny finally retaining at Wrestle Kingdom. If Finn Juice wins, I'm not going to be terribly upset, but I have them losing here. I have them losing because I don't think that they necessarily need the victory right now. They could build back up and they could beat the Gorillas of Destiny at, like, say, G1 Supercard. Or maybe even get a rematch at New Beginning in Osaka. But I just don't think it's time to take them out the Gorillas of Destiny. Now, they've had them since, I want to say, New Beginning in Osaka earlier this year. So they've had me either there or it was on a ride or something like that. They've had them for nearly a year. Giving them a nearly year-long reign would be a good call. And David Finlay and Juice Robinson don't need the titles yet. Plus, Gorillas of Destiny haven't won at Wrestle Kingdom, so why not give them to them there? As if that made any goddamn sense. We then get Lance Archer, the current IWGP US Champion, versus Jon Moxley, Texas Deathmatch for that championship. I want to see Archer win. I really do. I got Moxley winning. I got Moxley winning for this reason, because the winner faces Juice Robinson the next night. This would be the way to blow off Juice Robinson and Jon Moxley. Gross. But Lance Archer winning wouldn't bother me. I just think that there's a way, and hey, Lance Archer could win here. He could beat Juice Robinson. He could walk out as the U.S. champion, walk out of Wrestle Kingdom. I think that there's a way to maybe make him the Intercontinental Champion a little bit later. I think they're going to do a lot of stuff with Lance Archer, and I think him having a short reign with the U.S. title is the start of it. Because really, I like Lance. I think Lance is great. I think Lance has had a career resurgence, and I think he's doing very, very well. So I wouldn't be opposed to him winning, but I got Jon Moxley winning the U.S. Championship. Then we get Will Ospreay versus Hiromu Takahashi. Hiromu Takahashi only back for a few matches after 530 days off due to a neck injury. It's for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, and I'm making it short and sweet. Hiromu Takahashi is going to win. Will Ospreay winning would be very odd, especially since it's Hiromu's big comeback match. Yeah, he had a few matches on the Road to Tokyo Dome tour and took losses, but I've got Will Ospreay's been playing up more of a heel, and he's being smart because he knows the fans are going to cheer for Hiromu. Hiromu is going to win the championship here, maybe even enter into the G1, and I think that Hiromu is going to do pretty damn well in the G1. He wants to be a double champion, junior heavyweight and heavyweight. You might find a bit of a long-term storytelling here if you have Hiromu get the victory, and he's going to beat Will Ospreay. He has to beat Will Ospreay. There is no reason for Will Ospreay to be the junior heavyweight champion anymore. Build him up to go into the New Japan Cup and have a hell of a run, everything, and make him a full-fledged heavyweight. It's about time. Daryl needs Mr. Belt back. Then we get Jay White versus Tetsuya Naito, IWGP Intercontinental Championship match. Jay White's the current champion. Jay White's had a hell of a 2019. He beat Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. He won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at New Beginning in Osaka. Lost it to Okada. Beat Tanahashi at the Best of Super Juniors final? I think he beat him at Best Super Junior final, or he beat him at Dominion in Osaka. Those events kind of blend together. I think he did beat Tanahashi there. Anyway, he did beat Tanahashi. He had a hell of a run in G1 after losing his first 3 matches. He's the Intercontinental Champion. He's had this. If they have Jay White walk out as double champion, they're going to affect business badly. It's not that Jay White isn't good. They're trying to force it with Jay White of him being a heel. It's not a good idea. It's not going to work. The reason it's not going to work, they're trying to force it, and not even force it like they did with Kenny Omega. Because they created the U.S. Championship basically to get him to stay and stuff like that, seemingly, in a way to give him a championship while they kept Okada as the main champion. And then Jay White beat him and stuff like that. Jay White's had a hell of a run in 2018, and he had a hell of a run in this year. He beat Okada earlier at Wrestle Kingdom. He can't do it. If he walks out as double champion, I guarantee business in New Japan will take a bit of a dip. Some people love to hate him. Other people just are like, we don't buy it. That's my opinion. I mean, I know there are a lot of Jay White fans, and that's okay. I'm not knocking Jay White at all. I think he's a good performer. But I have Tetsuya Naito getting the victory. And then Kazuchika Okada versus Kota Ibushi, IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Oh, there's no way that Okada's losing the championship. Okada's losing the championship here. Because if it's Okada versus Naito for the championship at the end of night 2, I'm all for that. That would be very cool, and it would be a nice way for Naito to get the victory and right the wrong of Wrestle Kingdom 12. I have Kota Ibushi winning. Okada winning here would not be the worst thing in the world, but it would undercut a lot of Kota Ibushi, because then Kota Ibushi would face Jay White, and Kota can get a good match out of Jay White. That G1 Climax Finals was pretty goddamn good, but I think that Okada is going to lose here, and Kota Ibushi is going to walk out as the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Okada wins and he faces Naito, I'm all for it. It's just Okada versus Jay White in the double championship dash just wouldn't be good. So that's what I got happening on night 1. Now for night 2, never openweight 6-man gauntlet match. Ryusuke Taguchi, Toru Yano, Togi Makabe, they're the champions. And then versus Robbie Eagles, Yoshihashi, and Tomohiro Ishii representing Chaos. Bushi, Evil, and Shingo Takagi. They're representing LIJ, obviously. Bad Luck Fale, Chase Owens, Yujiro Takahashi, representing Bullet Club, and Taichi, El Desperado, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru representing Suzuki-gun. I have LIJ winning. I think Evil, Shingo, and Bushi would be the right call to get to, have a championship run here. Because I think we're going to have a few title changes here, but not too many. That way, you could add a little bit of a divide maybe between Evil and Sonata, because I don't think Sonata's beating Zack Sabre Jr. here, and I mean, would be opposed to it, but we'll see. I think it's time to switch the titles, give it to LIJ. LIJ walking out with the championship is the right call here, and at least then they can make the championships mean something, because it's nothing against Taguchi, Yano, and Makabe. They're not bad at all. But the championships haven't meant anything since they won them. I mean, since sans 1 or 2 matches. They barely defended them. And I know it's, for that partnership with CMLO, but it hasn't worked. Switch them to LIJ, make it the right call. And then Jushin Thunder Liger and Naoki Sano versus Ryu Lee, who used to be Dragon Lee, and Hiromu Takahashi. I got Hiromu and Ryu Lee winning. I think Liger's taking the pin. And then Liger will get a hell of a send-off. Everybody's going to have respect for him. Hiromu's going to probably pin Liger, which I think would be the right call. And then Hiromu and Ryu Lee can face off and, rekindle that rivalry from the Cow Palace special, where the unfortunate accident happened where Hiromu broke his neck. That's what's going to happen. Liger will take the pin on his final night, get a hell of a send-off from the Tokyo Dome crowd. I will be in tears watching it, and I think everybody else will be. ELP and Taiji Ishimori versus Sho and Yo, Roppongi 3K, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. Making it simple, Sho and Yo, ELP or Ishimori, whoever's going to take the pin, somebody is going to. They've held the championship since June. Sho and Yo can get this, bring in some more junior heavyweight tag teams, and make these titles matter. Because, the matches are good, but you need more tag teams. ELP and Ishimori having a 6 month, almost 6.5 month run, long enough. Sho and Yo gain the victory. Because I don't know who the hell else you're going to have face them unless you have Will Ospreay and Robbie Eagles face them, which is possible. But, we'll see. We'll see. I didn't even mean to do that pun. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Sonata, British Heavyweight Championship match. Sonata had beaten Zack Sabre Jr. multiple times this year. Zack Sabre Jr. was finally able to beat him in a tag match on the road to Tokyo Dome shows. I have Zack Sabre Jr. retaining here. And then I think it's going to frustrate Sonata because Sonata's had a hell of a run. He's had a hell of a run in 2019. He New Japan Cup Finals, and he beat Okada in the G1. He had a great match with Okada at King of Pro Wrestling. But I think Zack Sabre Jr. holding on to this championship after just getting it back from Hiroshi Tanahashi like a few months before. I think Zack Sabre Jr. retaining it here is the right call. Nothing against Sonata, who would be over in the UK. But Zack Sabre Jr. holding on to this. And maybe we even get a new version of Suzuki-gun and it becomes Sabre-gun at some point. Because I'm not sure, because Suzuki ain't featured on this second night. So who the fuck knows? Hell, we may actually get Sabre-gun. We might get a New Year's Dash. Anyway, Juice Robinson versus Jon Moxley. And that's what I got happening. So Juice Robinson versus Jon Moxley. I think what's going to happen is Juice Robinson is no doubt going to get the victory. And he's going to win the U.S. Championship, become a 3-time U.S. champion, and Jon Moxley is going to go off and do his stuff at... He's going to do his stuff, for AEW, and he'll make appearances in New Japan. I hope that they do another G1 Supercard, or if they do some kind of big event, if they bring back Sakura Genesis, that we get Moxley appearing. But Juice is going to find a way to beat Jon Moxley here, or Lance Archer, and he's going to win the U.S. title back. We then get Kenta versus Hiroki Goto, never openweight championship match. Hiroki Goto's beating Kenta. Get the title back on Hiroki Goto, make it mean something, and there we go. That's what should have been. Nothing against Kenta. He's done fine. His theme is just much more interesting than he is. At least he's a better heel. But Kenta seems to be enjoying his time in New Japan. I don't hate him. I just don't find him that interesting. And maybe that's the idea. Maybe it's supposed to be like he doesn't care. But I have Hiroki Goto gain the victory. It will be kind of like, won't be as emotional or as impactful as him beating Suzuki in that hair versus hair match at Wrestle Kingdom 12. But I think I think it's going to be nice to see Hiroki Goto win the championship and face, who knows? Hey, maybe he'll face Sonata and Sonata can get the victory. We then get Jay White versus Kazuchika Okada. It's losers of the 2 title contest from night 1. Special attraction match. I have Okada righting the wrong and beating Jay White at, in this match, kind of way to tie all that stuff together. Where Jay White beat him at Wrestle Kingdom, couldn't beat him at G1 Supercard, and did well in the G1 and everything, and won the Intercontinental Championship, and he held both championships in the year, but he couldn't beat Okada, even when Okada had lost the championship. Regardless if it's Jay White or Okada, or, regardless of what it is, I mean, it could be Naito versus Ibushi, and we could have, Jay White versus Okada. But I'm going with Jay White versus Okada, and I have Okada winning. Because Jay White's going to have a big 2020. He'll probably even win the G1, folks. It's long-term storytelling. Jay White's gotten a lot in 2018, 2019. Time for Okada to get his stuff back. And yes, Okada's gotten a whole ton of stuff. But him beating Jay White rights the wrong, so to speak. And then you can revisit this match sometime down the road. Because technically... it will be 2-1 in like big matches and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, you count the G1, you count that kind of stuff, but even though they didn't face off in this year's G1, but you're going to have a bunch of great storytelling for the future. Because unless Jay White suddenly wants to go to like either AEW or NXT, which hopefully he doesn't because he's much better in New Japan, you got somebody locked down for a bit, and you can take your time with Jay White, not try to force him so much and kind of turn some fans off from him. Match number 8, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Chris Jericho. I have Tanahashi winning and possibly via DQ. He could beat Jericho straight up, and then he would want the AEW championship if he beat Jericho. Which probably means that we're going to start a working relationship with AEW and New Japan, and maybe you send Tanahashi over there to face Jericho on a TV match and stuff like that, and you have Tanahashi lose. Because it would be cool to see Tanahashi on an American wrestling program after him. I mean, he was at Final Resolution 06 for Impact, facing AJ Styles in a dream match. Back when Tana was still really good. And I mean, not that Tana isn't good now, but boy, he has beat his body up a lot. I have Tanahashi winning by a DQ because Jericho winning at this point would do nothing for me. And I think the DQ finish would be the best way to go. Sure, it would maybe be better to do a straight up victory, but then it would be AEW's world champion taking a fall. Tana taking a fall, I just don't think would be the right call. And then we get Kota Ibushi versus Tetsuya Naito, IWGP Intercontinental and Heavyweight Championship, double gold dash. It's Kota Ibushi. If it's Okada versus Naito, it's Naito winning. Kota versus Naito, I have Kota Ibushi winning. Kota cares about both championships, wants to make them both prestigious. Naito cares about being, I don't know what the hell that was about. Naito cares about the heavyweight, but not the Intercontinental Championship. Kota being the gold star, the pure look, having the ability to, being the pure star and everything, the wholesome guy that he is, that loves hurting his neck and being absolutely nuts. Being able to be the champion, I think would be the right call. It would send a lot of people home happy. There are people that would love to see Naito as double champion. I would. I would like to see Naito as double champion, but I have Kota Ibushi. It would be Kota, Naito, Jay White, and then Okada. And the reason I'm ranking Jay White above Okada is because Okada doesn't care about the Intercontinental Championship. It doesn't need to be a double champion. Kota Ibushi needs this more. Naito not winning it, yes, it maybe knocks him down a little bit of a peg, but he still would be in a main event. And Naito still has a few years left. He could be that. If they go with Okada and Naito, it could be Naito winning. And it would right the wrong of Wrestle Kingdom 12. It's going to be a very tough show to predict. Like I said, if Jay White walks out as double champion, it's going to piss a lot of people off. But anyway, folks, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.